Hey guys, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by a limited time offer from photography.com.
Yeah, Carlin turns on the TV, Christian flips off the screen, cause there's no good children's shows that he's seen. We've got dogs with blogs, superheroes in the ER. All dads are dumb and kids have better PR. Carlin just smile, Christian sits with the scowl. He complains to his son, all the kids should suck now. They sit and discuss the show's plus and minuses while you listen or watch on YouTube to the arguments. Who is right? Is it the son or the dad? Either way you get to laugh knowing Christian is mad. So pull up a chair, get the corner poppin'. Here's a new episode of What Are We Watching?
Now, photography.com is the place to take your photographs and transform them into works of art. They can print your photos on canvas, framed canvas, metal, acrylic. They have photo clocks, they have photo chalkboards. They have more options available. And right now, I have a limited time offer for you. If you go to photography.com/PlaidDad15, you can buy one and get 3 free. That is a crazy offer, and with the season coming up, this is perfect for Christmas gifts. Buy one, get 3 free. Oh, and guess what? They're gonna throw in free shipping as well. This is a deal you can only get through our podcast. So go to photography.com/PlaidDad15. Hey, send us a pic of the photograph you choose, and maybe send us a pic of the canvas or acrylic or metal or clock or chalkboard that you get your photo printed on. We would love to see it. This is a great deal. We are so happy to offer this to our listeners and our website users. Photography.com/PlaidDad15. Buy one, get 3 free plus free shipping. You will not get a better deal this Christmas season. Again, photography.com/PlaidDad15. Check them out. I know you'll be excited. Now let's get on to the episode. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for the latest episode of the What Are We Watching podcast. I am here with my son Carlin as always. How are you doing, Carlin?
I'm doing very well.
All right, and Carlin got his grades this past week. And how'd you do, Carlin? Let everybody know.
I got 3 A's and 2 B's.
Not bad, not bad. So, we have had a pretty good week here at the Plaid Dad Blog Studio House, right?
Yes.
All right, and this week we got to watch The Thundermans, yet another superhero show, and this one was on Nickelodeon. We put the link in the comments of our mini episode, like we always do. Every other episode is a mini episode, and we tell you what we're going to be watching next time, and that way you can watch the episode, then follow along with the podcast, either watching the video version or listening to the audio version, and then you know exactly what we're talking about. And when you chime in, you can get a prize, just like my friend, well, my online friend now, Sarah Arrow. She got a free Amazon gift card just for watching an episode and chiming in about what she liked about our episode and what we missed or got right on the previous show. So that's pretty cool. And we also have some awesome stuff going on at our main website, which is PlaidDadBlog.com, which is the website that kind of houses all of our podcasts. Carlin and his sister and I recently got to play. We were sent some Star Wars Hasbro toys, and we were super excited. One of them is this Bop It R2-D2 Smash.
Bop it to start.
Awesome. This was one of the best toys, but there was also a great toy called Loop and Chewy. Now I'm going to... Shut up, R2. All right, I'm going to put him down because he's going to keep talking.
Switch off for a while.
It's actually C-3PO talking. So I'm going to put the link below this video or below the audio podcast or on the website. Wherever you find us, there's going to be a link. And you can watch the video of all 3 toys that we got to play with. But why you want to go there is because we have a free giveaway for each one of those toys. You could win the R2-D2 Bop It Smash. You could win Loop and Chewy. You could win the catchphrase game, which is pretty much password for Star Wars. So go to the link below, watch that video, or just sign up. Just sign up and win yourself some free Star Wars Hasbro toys. Which was your favorite toy out of all three, Carlin?
I have to say Loop and Chewie.
Loop and Chewie. It was actually a blast. It looks like a silly little kid's game, but honestly, it's the most fun. I guess it's the best like party style game of the bunch. Okay, so this week we watched The Thundermans, another superhero show, like I said before. Now, I think I wrote this down. It was 9 minutes, 30 seconds into the show of what, 24 minutes minus commercials? About 24 minutes of show. It was almost 10 minutes into the show before they showed any superpowers. Did you even notice that?
Yes.
You did?
It was kind of late.
It was late. So much like these other superhero shows we've seen, like, what was the other superhero show we watched?
Mighty Med.
Mighty Med. Like, they use superhero powers early on in that one, like laser eyes, but it didn't really have anything to do with the story. It was like the camel shooting lasers out of his eyes or something. It's just, a lot of these shows just don't use superpowers, so you really don't feel like you're watching superheroes at all. And the superpower that they did use the most of was one where they were just doing this. Mind controlling. Just moving mind control. Because this is a family of superheroes and the twins both have the exact same power, which is kind of boring, I thought. Now, I know I'm talking bad about the show right away, but this show I actually like more than other shows, and I will get into that. So I actually liked a couple things about the show better than the other shows. But I will say, at least with Zan and Jan, when you had the DC superheroes in the Justice League, one would form a bucket of water and one would form a woolly mammoth to spray the water, or one would be an eagle and one would be a bucket of water, or one would be a monkey. And there was a lot of buckets of water with Zan and Jan. I'll be a bucket of water and I'll be it was dumb. I get it. But at least have contrasting powers or complementary powers as twins. I kind of found that frustrating. Now, before we get into the episode itself, which I think is going to go really quickly, we've introduced this in our last episode, and I love it. It is our 3-point checklist for all these horrible TV shows, and I was sure that it was going to go the same way every time we watched it, and on our second episode of using it, it's going to change. So, our checklist, buddy, was there a laugh track?
Yes.
Yes. Were the kids on their own without adult supervision?
Some of the time.
But, I mean, the whole show, I mean.
No.
No, they actually had a dad who cares about them. And they were in school where other adults were. I mean, mainly it was their dad and the principal. We'll get into the principal in a couple minutes. But, so no, the kids weren't totally on their own. Were all the adults idiots in this show?
Yeah.
No.
I thought they were.
See, that's the thing. That's the point I'm
Except
making.
for the dad.
They're so conditioned to the adults being idiots after watching. We've done what? 6 of these shows? 7 of these shows? All the adults are so dumb that you're just like, yeah, they're all idiots. That's what I'm talking about. The dad wasn't an idiot. He was a sub-chemistry teacher. I mean, he fills in for his kids. So the answer is actually no, but his automatic reaction was yes, they were idiots, because some of the adults were idiots. I'll give them that. The mom wasn't acting too bright, and the principal was kind of a jerk. Like every principal on all these shows, I don't get it. But I would say that 2 points are not on our checklist. So good for the Thundermans. I was impressed with that. They actually had a smart dad. What was the gist of this episode?
That their dad might have lost their job as a sub. Lost his job as a sub.
Well, okay, but the episode starts out that he takes the job as a sub.
Yes.
And why does he take the job as a sub? Why didn't they have a teacher anymore?
Because apparently the other teacher doesn't give out A's. He gives out B's and C's and D's.
Right.
And F's.
And the daughter complained about it. She wrote a 50-word paper or whatever about it. But
500.
so she complained that the teacher didn't give her an A. The teacher quit. And then her dad became the substitute teacher. That's kind of like the main story, wouldn't you say? So it was about her grade, complaining about her grade because she's an A student. I should get an A every time. And then in the long run, did her dad even give her an A?
Nope.
He gave her a worse grade than the teacher that quit.
Yep.
All right. So there were 3 stories. There were the grades that the daughter complained about, so the dad became the teacher. And then there was a prank, an epic prank that the son was going to start. And then there was a squirrel in the house. The C story wasn't so great. B story needed some work too. Can you explain really quick to the viewers, listeners, what was the son's prank going to be and why was it funny?
To make all of the people in his class or students in his class fall asleep.
Okay.
And write mustaches on their face.
Okay, so basically, did you know that turkey has a thing in it called tryptophan?
Nope.
Okay, there's a chemical in turkey that they say makes people sleepy, and especially at Halloween, they're always Thanksgiving, how everybody eats turkey and then kind of takes a nap later. But they've proven that it's not the chemical in the turkey that's making you go to sleep. It's all of the stuff we gorge ourselves on at Thanksgiving. So it's the stuffing, the pie, the more stuffing, the pie, the potatoes, the more turkey. More, M-O-A-R, more. So that's what actually makes everybody sleepy. You go into like a diabetic coma, basically, from all the stuff that you eat. So that is what he's going to do. He's going to make the tryptophan super strong and make everybody sleepy with turkey sandwiches. And why is that funny to you?
Because he gets to draw mustaches on their face.
But that wasn't even his idea. It was somebody else's idea.
True.
Whose idea was it?
It was his sister's.
Wrong. I don't think he pays attention to this show at all.
I did. It was his sister.
It was the rabbit. It was the rabbit's idea to draw the mustaches on everybody. I'm pretty sure, sir. I'm pretty sure they had a talking rabbit who's a puppet, by the way. Normally, I would...
At the end, he looked weird moving his arms just like the squirrel. So
yeah,
he barely
definitely
moved at all.
Okay,
so.
The rabbit that they have, the pet rabbit, the pet talking rabbit, which I'm all for talking animals. That's fun. It was a puppet. Now, normally I like actual live, puppets instead of CG. But it's obvious they don't use CG in these shows because they never show superpowers. So if they're not going to show superpowers, they're not going to CG a rabbit. So it's a puppet rabbit. It wasn't very convincing. Was it? Did you ever believe that rabbit was real when you've watched the show before?
I've only watched one episode before. Mm-hmm. And the first time I thought it was real, but since I watched this episode, I got to see the rabbit more. Now I don't think it's real.
Okay, well, let's just burn through each of the stories. We already burned through the B story. He wants to make sandwiches to knock people out. He ends up eating his own sandwich and falling asleep because his dad tricks him at the end. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so that's that. There's a little more to it we'll hit on real quick in a minute. Now, the squirrel story. We can do each of these in parts. What was the squirrel story?
Where a squirrel was in their house and their mom is freaked out for some reason, and the kids try to use their powers to get the squirrel out.
Okay, now they actually showed superpowers there. They showed laser eyes and all that kind of stuff, and they ended up just burning the furniture. And okay.
Yes.
Do you remember why the squirrels got in the first place?
No.
No, it's because the kids leave the door open all the time. Womp womp. Another reason why I like this episode, it actually showed reality where we're always telling you, close the door. Close the door, Carlin. We're telling your sister, Melina, close the door. Quit leaving the door open. This is reality. This is parenting. This is our life. Now you know why we want the door closed, because attack squirrels will come into our house. Now, they are the most boring squirrels in the world in this story. You could tell they were like stuffed squirrels. I couldn't tell if they were real squirrels that have been stuffed. You know how they stuff dead animals that they kill? But I imagine just because it's a kid's show on Nickelodeon that they were fake, and it's Hollywood. But they did look like stuffed squirrels. I mean, they were just stationary. They didn't even really move, did they? They might have rocked them back and forth.
No, just like the...
They move the hands like this. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then eventually they get the rabbit puppet to fight the squirrels, and he doesn't win. And the squirrels, they never really solved the problem, did they?
Not really.
The rabbit said, we've decided that we're all going to live in the walls, and the squirrels are going to live in the house. That was it. They ended the episode on not even solving the squirrel problem. Okay? So the Thundermans didn't actually solve that problem, and the mom was crazy. Like you said, the mom was a little bit crazy. Okay, main story. Like I said, this was kind of a quick episode. It's the same length as all the other episodes, but even though it had 3 stories, it felt like not a lot actually happened. I don't know. It was I guess it's a little bit wordier show. It's not wordier. I don't know how to describe it other than they really just stretched out the premise of the episode. When I wish they would have filled in, like if the squirrels were flying or doing something, I don't know. They could have done something.
So now you're talking about how they're stretching out the show, but with the little Einsteins, then you were talking about how they were stuffing so much in.
That's true.
Show.
That's true. And I was right then, and I'm right now. That was a completely different show. They put like 30 things in the Little Einsteins. Watch the Little Einsteins episode. We have that argument already. Okay, so the son wants to do a prank. There's a squirrel in their house. Why does the girl want to have A's anyway?
Because she's been getting A's for a long time.
Yeah, but what does she want in the long run after high school? Do you remember that? She wants to get into Hero University. So she wants to go to like Hero College. But they talk about this around their friends. They talk about it very loudly in class. So it kind of makes me feel like, is this a secret that they're superheroes? Is it supposed to be a secret? They were pretending in the back with their power, like they were hiding in the back of the classroom when they were using their powers, and they didn't want the principal to see it. So are they out as superheroes, or no, they're not?
Well, that's hard to explain. Well, they were sort of hiding it, but nobody was looking their direction.
Okay, so they're hiding that they're superheroes.
Yes.
And they call their dad Thunderman. They're the Thundermans, but he's Thunderman. So I guess in other episodes, and you've only seen one other episode.
Yeah.
We didn't do our research on Wikipedia like I sometimes do. I thought you had seen more of them. But I guess in other episodes, he's a superhero. Maybe he has a mask or something. I don't know. Have you ever seen him do superhero stuff? You have.
He lifts really heavy stuff.
Okay. So it's a secret. These are their secret identities. Okay, well then they should shut up about Hero University because they pretty much were talking about it in front of their friend too. So I'm just curious if their friend knows they have superpowers. Just like the new Supergirl show where everybody she knows she's Supergirl. All her friends know she's Supergirl. The government knows she's Supergirl. There's 60 people that seem to work in an underground lair. Underground lair, I mean.
Only the government. Only 2 people at her work.
2 people at her work, her sister.
That's about...
all the Kryptonians. The bad guys know who she is. The government, you said the government? That's like 60 people in one room. We're falling off of the Thundermans now. And it's also the whole government, which employs like 1 million people in the U.S. So somewhere there's paperwork saying she's Superman to everybody. I'm saying her and the Thundermans might want to bring it a little bit back and keep it on the DL that they're superpowered.
I don't think they know that I don't think the part of the government knows that that she has superpowers, so split it 30.
Yeah, you need to Google
60.
WikiLeaks. Okay, so we covered the prank. We did this. There was one point where the brother was in camouflage.
Yeah, that was ridiculous and funny.
Describe what his camouflage was.
It was a yellow and red jacket.
A yellow and red hoodie.
Yellow on this side and red on this side.
So he could stand in front of the yellow and red lockers and be camouflaged. And did you say it was ridiculous?
But it worked.
It didn't work. She saw him. Everybody saw
Oh
him. He
wait,
said, "Dang."
her friend that walked by, he's like, "Hi," whatever her sister's name is.
The brother's name.
Hi,
is-
Max.
Yeah, hi Max. So it didn't work. So
I
the
guess
opposite,
not.
The
But
opposite is true.
the people who we were trying to camouflage from, it
Right.
worked.
Okay. Now, this episode was called Breaking Dad because, and you didn't know this, I was explaining it to you. It's called Breaking Dad because the dad becomes their chemistry teacher, and Breaking Bad, which is a very adult show that kids should never see until they're at least 18. Breaking Bad is a show about a chemistry teacher that basically turns into a bad guy in his life. So you can tell that they do make these shows. They're hitting for adults and they're hitting for kids at the same time. Like they're really aiming at both groups. This one, I will say, does better than some of the other ones. It's less jokes, but at least it's better in making you at least respect the dad. The dad loves the kids. The dad cares about the kids. Dad's doing his best to raise his kid right. Even gives his daughter a lower grade than the teacher did because he said, "I know you can do better." This is a show I could get behind. I could actually see us watching the show. Now, did I like the show? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it definitely got points for me for that kind of stuff. So you're happy about that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the turkey prank did go right on one person. He didn't get it to the kids, but they did accidentally turkey prank who?
His dad?
The dad. Yeah. And then explain to the audience, anybody that missed it, what did they do with the dad to make it seem like they hadn't knocked him out with the super turkey sandwich?
They use their mind controlling powers to make him do funny stuff too.
So they basically, and this, for all the adults out there, they Weekend at Bernie'd him. Weekend at Bernie is a movie where a guy dies, but they need to pretend that the guy's not dead the whole time. So they are constantly doing this. They put sunglasses on him and they're like, "Say hi, Bernie. Hey, how are you doing?"
I'm guessing it's like in a car while they're actually driving it.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
everywhere.
know.
They walk him around the beach. They walk, "Hey, Bernie, did you like that?" "No, I didn't like that." "Hey, Bernie, what do you think of her? Is she pretty?" "Oh, yeah, she's pretty." Yeah, it's really bad. So they basically Weekend at Bernie'd him with their magic powers. And again, they used magic powers, superhero powers. But again, they used a superhero power that they didn't have to show special effects for.
Yes.
So the only special effects they really had to do were the laser powers for the kids. And I guess one of the kids ran fast or
Yeah,
something.
he has speed.
Oh, and the mom has electricity. So she destroyed their TV with like the Emperor from Star Wars powers. Okay. So I said they never get rid of the squirrels. And they knock out Max at the end with his own turkey sandwich. And what does
Yeah.
Dad say?
He says, "Kids, we have 2 minutes to draw stuff on Max. Now hurry up."
2 minutes each, because even though Max had helped his dad pretend he wasn't knocked out by the turkey so he wouldn't get fired, he ended up drawing a mustache on him anyway, so they drew mustache on Max. And at the end of the show, the dad doesn't even get to keep the teaching job anyway, right? Because the principal had asked him, "Do you have a license?" And he said, "Yes, of course I have a license." He taught the class, and then they found out he doesn't have a teaching license. He has a
Driver's license.
womp womp. So he ends up getting fired. Actually, they say, "Pretend you were never here." Now, the principal, he was an idiot. He was a jerk. And he said, "I have no work ethic." So he said in front of all of the students, "Hey, I have no work ethic," which means I don't really care about my job. I don't want to work hard. I don't want to do anything. He said that to the dad in front of all the students. Do you remember that? You don't, because that is an adult thing to pay
I've
attention
been
to.
remembering things that I really want to talk about.
Okay.
but
What are some of the hot points that you wanted to talk about in this episode before we wrap it up?
At the beginning, the teacher has a huge butt.
How did I forget that? Yes, the teacher has a huge butt. And what was the teacher's name?
Mr. Boutte.
Mr. Big Boutte. Mr. Big Boutte. And then it's like, oh, they're making fun of him because his name sounds like Big Booty. And then he gets up and shows that he has
a huge booty.
A big booty. All right, that knocks everything off the desk. So it opens up with a big butt joke. Okay.
And
what
then
else?
he started making more butt jokes by accident. He's like, who's laughing in the rear? And all this other stuff.
Hey, I mean, I'll give him that. You can't go wrong with a good butt joke. That was funny. They made a couple good butt jokes up at the very beginning. And the fact that he was making them on himself, that is always funnier. It's always funnier when a guy's making fun of himself, even if it's on accident. And anything else you wanted to hit on that you liked a lot? I know at one point they were talking about jalapeno toilet paper, which would mean they were putting peppers on toilet paper and making it spicy to hurt his back.
Yeah, but they made the dad do Gangnam Style.
Oh, and they made the dad, when they were controlling him, do Oppa Gangnam Style, which we all love because Carlin's 2-year-old brother, Ollie, loves to do Gangnam Style dance. All right, so all in all, 1 out of 10, how would you rate this show?
A 10.
A 10?
Yes.
What's your normal rating? A 9?
9 and 8s.
8s and 9s, okay. All right, now usually I give the show a flat 0 or a negative 30, but I'm going to give the Thundermans a 6. Now that's better than half.
Okay, that's better than 0 too.
But it's better than half.
True.
It's better than 50%. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Did the jokes all land? No, but they're never going to do that on this kind of shows. Were some of the adults still idiots? Yes, but I get that they're going to make a couple people idiots. I got it. I get that. Shows from when I was a kid. I don't know, Full House. Joey was an idiot. Mr. Belding, although he was a loving, caring principal, he was an idiot a lot of times. I get it. I'm fine. They can make some of the adults idiots. It was more than half of them, but okay. But I'm going to give it to them that they had a dad that cared about them. They had a dad that was smart. They had a dad that was You know what? Because it's a kid's show, and that's what we do here, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. So the Thundermans, our first dad positive review, 7 out of 10. Are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy.
Okay. He is, if you're listening to the audio podcast, he's not making any noise, but he's just cheering silently, not remembering that there's a microphone in front of him and saying yes out loud. So, yeah, again. So, I give the Thundermans a 7 out of 10. Yes, it had one of the marks on our checklist, but not all 3. I was pretty impressed with it. Okay. So if you go to our website, like I said, if you go to whatawewatching.com, watch the episode of the Thundermans, then watch this episode, see if I got anything wrong, see if Carlin got anything wrong, let us know. And when you tell us, either there or on Facebook or on YouTube or on Libsyn, you can win a free Amazon gift card, a free iTunes gift card, or right now we have a limited number of, they're not Game Boys anymore. They are DS cards. We have some Nintendo DS gift cards for you for Christmas. A limited number of Nintendo DS gift cards. And like I said, go to pladdadblog.com and try to register to win. Not try, just register to win one of the free Star Wars Hasbro games we are giving away. All 3 were fun, and Loop and Chewie and R2-D2 Bop It were definite winners. All right, is there anything else you wanted to add to that, Carlin?
That I'm very happy that you rated a 6.
I rated a 7.
No, wait, a 7.
I upgraded it. All right. It is National Adoption Month when we're recording this, November of every year. I encourage you to also click the link below. We're going to link to the short film that Carlin and I co-wrote and Carlin starred in called Sanctuary. He co-wrote that when he was 8 years old, and we're going to link that below too. We are really pro-adoption in our family because, hey, Carlin's adopted, so's his sister. And hey, I actually wanted you and your sister. Ollie and Alexi, well, they just came along and I decided to keep them. But you guys I wanted. All right. So we encourage you to check that out and check out any adoption agency in your area. It is not expensive to adopt a child from foster care, even though people think it is. So check out adoption. Thank you for watching the What Are We Watching podcast. Anything else, Carlin?
I'm very happy.
He's very happy and he's yawning. Time for bedtime. We will talk to you next time. Hey guys, we would really appreciate it if you subscribe, so why not click the button right here and click here for another episode of our podcast. And if you click here, a boulder will fall on me, but you're not going to do that because, oh no! This production is brought to you by the Plaid Dad Blog Podcast Network. For more information, visit plaiddadblog.com.